take you to the next level. So on that note, and on behalf of the National Sports Authority, former President Jay Kufuor, former President Nana Akufo-Addo, and of course the GFA, the Ghana Football Association, which is also one of the members of the National Sports Authority.
Crazy baby, you know, so I give you my heart and my body. Whenever you need love, call me. Hi everybody, I go by the name Kel Songs, and keep watching Avuto Trends. Charlie, the best Avuto Trends, straight from
in Jamena. Then 4 days later, we take on Mali here. So without taking a lot of the time, let's get right into it. Like I said, let me just start with a few questions. And it's a way to actually appease, to make way for, or try and find some peace to the late start of the program. So I'll do something real quick. I would ask some 2 questions. It's around Ghana, the Blackstars participation at the World Cup. I want to find out if anybody in this room can actually remember the first goal scorer for the Blackstars at the first appearance we made at the World Cup. And also the last Ghanaian player, he's currently in the Blackstars squad, to score the last goal in Qatar 2022. If you know the answer, you can just raise your hands and then I'll hear from you. Just pick one.
Today is historic, and I must admit it's a great day for all of us as a Ghanaian, and also on the continent, that this is something unique that we are trying to introduce in the history of sporting. First of all, I would like to appreciate the NSA boss, Mr. Yao, for accepting this innovative idea that we proposed to him a few months ago before the elections, because he's been a good brother to us, and he said, let's see what happens. Should in case his party comes to power, we are going to do it. And I must also commend the former Minister of Western Region, Dr. Kognoche Daku-Mensah, who have been supportive for most of our initiative. Before I go on, for you to know, they just ended African Cup of Nations. I was there when you called me that, Stephen, we need to recognize the Blackstars team and the rest of the other sporting activities. And that is when, because I was away from Ghana and he was watching the match, I think between Ghana and one of the African countries. And I said, what do we do? He said, I need you to sponsor one of the players with a gold. I said, where will I get the gold from? They said, you have to do your best. You have been doing it for other people outside of Africa. Let's do it for our Ghanaian people. And for the first time in 2022, we issued Mohamed Kudus a 4-ounce gold commemorative, and it's still with him. And to our surprising, immediately we issued that to him. The Ghana, the Ministry of Defense, the Ghana Army Air Force called all of us, and they said what we've done is great, and they're also going to support and also recognize Mohamed Kudus. So it is a whole level of something that he achieved, and I think it's something that we're all happy to see in the sporting activity in Ghana. So I think it's something that Honorable Ochejakun has also introduced together with our big brother, who is also, he's a young guy, so we believe that a lot of things is going to happen before he leaves maybe NSC to a bigger mission. Anyway, so I won't waste much of your time. We have a collaboration. Our company is called Orion Global Partners, and under Orion Global Partners, we work mostly in Monaco, with Forbes Monaco, who is currently changed as to the Monogas. The Monogas is a magazine that works around sporting related activity. For those of you that know Monaco, Monaco is known for sporting in terms of Formula One, the yacht show, the racing, and the rest. And as a young guy, I happened to work with them for the past 10 years with the support of the government of Ghana in the previous and since 2016 to now. So we have always shared some of the challenges that we had as a continent, as a country. And one of the things we decided to do was that we realized that the National Sports Authority comprises of, I think, 52 federations. And what we don't have yet is the marketplace. The marketplace simply means that we need to look at where we can even access the database of the various federations. The infrastructure availability, the CSR work that the corporate organization has been providing, and also the branding and the promotion for most of these federations. We realize that it's something that is not too visible. And therefore, based on this, when you're even asking an investor to come and invest with NSA or the rest of the federations, it becomes a challenge. So we introduced something called where investment meets sports. And in Monaco, we've launched that 4 years back, and it was very successful. To our surprising, DJ Droba was there. I don't know if you guys know, he has now switched from football and is now doing the racing on the sea and also on the ocean. He launched it just somewhere 3 months ago. So he was there when we did the investment meet sport. And as a Ghanaian, I think that is the time we need to also give back to the sporting related activities. Having 54 federations in the country is not a joke. We know the challenges that is happening. Even for football that is well known and is more eager for all of us to support, there are a lot of challenges. So we decided that we have to do other value addition for the program that we want to do with NSA. And one of them was to do the match day experience. I'm sure you are more experienced than us here because we are more into the media, magazine, and the investment. But you see that we've not really had something called a match day experience, even in most of our national games. So we decided that for the first time, we are going to produce a match day experience. And for the love of Ghanaians who love football, we decided to start with football. And coincidentally, we realized that the World Cup qualifying is also in the right season, so we decided to use that as a showcase. So for me to speak that, it means that we will have separate and different match day experiences in all the federations. And this is something that I want you guys to know that we are willing to go all around and seek the right sponsorship and to support the federations in this project. If you look at what we are doing now, we decided that we always have to do the right thing. The charity begins at home. So AGP have decided to use its own resources, both digital, mental, and finance, to produce whatever that we are seeing today. And the beauty about what we are doing is that we have access to most of the international media partners and the investment. For example, in the Saudi Arabia Islamic School, we have a collaboration with them. We have collaboration with Forbes. So whatever that we are producing here, we're also trying to market it outside so that people that would like to invest can automatically come. As at yesterday, we saw that Puma, who is supporting Blackstars, has also secured a big deal in UK. So you could see that these are some of the things that we could easily introduce. You also see that Ethiopia Airline is doing massive in England, but all of us as Ghanaians. So this is the time I believe that when we're able to position all the federations very well, we will attract more investment, not just the infrastructure alone, but also even with the sponsorship and also the rare activities that need to be done. So this morning, I will not speak much because DG is here, he's the host. We are just we are just supporters. But the mind experience, I believe, has come to stay of Ghana buying gold, and it's because this is what we introduced in Ghana. So I think we need to also applaud us a bit. So we are hoping that we are going to do the same thing with the sport, and in 2026, inshallah, if Ghana goes to the World Cup, we are introducing the Ghana Sports Expo 2026 with the support of NSA and the rest of the entity. To end, I believe that there are challenges in sport, but since I have worked in collaboration with Forbes, you will see that the top 10 billionaires in the world all has something to do with sports. So we ask ourselves, how will a billionaire get himself involved with sports? It means there's something unique there. Ghana is very peaceful because one of the things that's the backbone of Ghana, if you look at since 1957, Kwame Nkrumah introduced a competition with the Blackstars, and that have increased a lot. Today, Anke Yao here has also introduced a new discipline, which is the beach soccer, and I was surprised when I was in HSS, I saw them playing the World Cup, and it was one of the biggest things that have happened in that country. So it means there are more that we need to do, but our major here is that we want to collaborate with all the key institutions, whether it being NSA as the foundation and working with all the federations, that we can create the marketplace, we can bring in the infrastructure, bring in the investment, and also produce the match day experiences for all your various sports and activity. Thank you very much.
And we need good energy. I can see a lot of beautiful people here from the federations, Bauer, I can see my good friend. They're all here. If I mention names and I leave some out, but Oro and Rafa too. In fact, all of you. This is a very beautiful occasion, and I think Dr. Aka has been very humble in his delivery. Today is not about Jan Pufuankro, the NSA, it's about a young man who has great dreams and is ready to pull as many people as possible along. And I'm inspired because that's how I also began my journey, where a lot of great men and women, I was able to get closer to them and they pulled me along. So it's very natural that when I see young people bring in great ideas or sowing seeds, I get excited because I know what can happen if we all, join in and push the agenda. This is very exciting, trust me. In months down the line, in years down the line, we will look back at today and realize that it was the beginning or is the beginning of something quite special. Every day I get letters, emails, proposals from federations looking for support, looking for opportunities to send their athletes out, to improve infrastructure, to do so much. But unfortunately, the there is not there. But I am here. So once I'm here, I have to find a way to make sure that the there is there. And so Dr. Aka is one of those who help us push that agenda. And every single person here, whether you're a federation head, a secretary, from the media, whichever, you have that capacity to draw that in. We shouldn't underestimate the power of partnerships, cooperation, networking. It is very powerful. I've saved his name on my phone as Dr. Stephen Aka Monaco. Monaco because I know how powerful Monaco is. And if you Google Monaco, one of the things that will come up is the Grand Prix, or as we say in Ghana, the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix, one of the richest sports races in the world, or richest, races in the world. They use motor vehicles that some are worth millions of dollars. One motor car is worth millions of dollars. But what they've done is that they've protected their brand over the years and they've built infrastructure to support it. In Ghana, we talk about football because it's the easiest connector when we want to communicate. We mustn't forget about boxing, we mustn't forget about athletics. And indeed, we mustn't forget about rugby, swimming, skateball, all the other sports, esports. I do mention rugby, I mention swimming, I mention esports, I mention athletics because they are showing the way in terms of branding, strategic marketing, and just pushing it. Basketball as well. If rugby is able to put in 10 sponsors for an event, it should be possible that during or after the event, we can say, okay, rugby, can you help us with swimming? Judo. That is how we need to position ourselves and think. I'm not too sure how long His Excellency the President will keep me here, but if we're here for a good period, we can change the narrative. That one is for sure. And I think we will do it. We, not me, but we will do it together. So this is a new era of Ghana sports. And as I keep saying, partnerships is so important. We all come to support the Blackstars here when they play the international matches. We should tune ourselves to support athletics when they're having a program anywhere in Ghana. We should tune ourselves to support basketball when they have a championship. That's the only way that the synergy and the ecosystem would grow. We need each other to complement each other. If in the past we've not done it with other sports, this is an opportunity to do so. And we mustn't lose this great opportunity. It is a great pride for all of us, and we can relate one way or the other, whether you support Hearts, Olympics, Kotoko, BBNE Gold Stars, there is a linkage. Whether you don't like football, I'm sure your parents or your father and uncle has football at heart, and so we can connect. The NSA, in partnership with the Ghana Football Association, is key to have this marriage and make sure that it goes to the next level. I keep emphasizing on the networking because we can ride on football, the numbers, the network, the value, the passion to drive other sports as they do in other countries. We have to do that. And that is why this matchday brochure is a template, not just for football, but for sports. And that is why the NSA, speedily embraced Dr. Aka and his team's product. We collaborate more, we stay together more. There are a lot of federations who are at each other's throats. Leadership issues. Boxing, where are my boxing people? Are they here? Boxing very soon would go under what we call normalization. It's just a word, but what it basically means is that we would have to clean things up in a very calm, structured, and matured way. Every single sport here should go through normalization once in a while. It does not have to be the initiative of the National Sports Authority. It is only when things get out of hand that we are forced to step in. But every single federation, association here should have that internal normalization. Check the leadership style. Check your management. Check your business, your packages, your financial statements, how you put things out there, organizational structures. Bring people in who will support you. So it's very important that we keep churning, changing, and turning things around. If I don't stop here, I will preach the whole morning. It's already mid-afternoon. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Aka and his team are bringing a revolution to Ghana, and I would want us to support and be part of it. Please don't lose guard. This is a groundbreaking moment, and he is the game changer that would help you transform your dreams into reality. Thank you very much.
Let's do it once more. Let's do it once more.
Societies, the associations that organizes these games, from football to badminton to boxing, we start putting together the business plans, the branding, the marketing plans that will support these games that you organize and the players that participate in them. And for Oron Global Partners to put together the match, the brochure, and the data and the application to support it. I believe that this is one in a lifetime opportunity that we've gotten, that we have to make use of it. I'm looking at the day that when we are doing this, people will not be coming up with unnecessary stories and controversies just to slow this process down. And I think that has been one of the major problems that we have in this country. When somebody brings an idea, everybody wants to do the same thing. By the time we realize, we spot it. So, for those of you who are here, I believe that it's time that you resist this temptation and support Dr. Aka and his team to make sure that this program and this project become a success. I believe that this is the way to go, and that is the way the others have been able to do it. If you go to England, the Arabs are buying all the teams. So the question you ask yourself, why all this huge money is being spent in England? Because there's certainty if it's football. There's certainty if it's rugby. And when they know that when they put their money where their mouth is, they'll get the cash flows to continue to pay back the investments that they are doing in England. And I believe that that's the way we have to be looking at all the sports now in this country. Football, rugby, boxing, athletics, they are all business in nature. If others are making money, why is that we are always fighting about unnecessary things? So I believe that this game and this process that we've started today should be a success. And for those of you who are here present, should understand that this is history in the making, and you are going to be part of that history, and make sure we support Aka to succeed. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.
For that speech, the brains behind today's launch. We are about to take the big step and bringing today's event to a close. I'll start by inviting the brains behind this to join me here, and also a lot of the federations are here. So what we'll do is that we'll split it. I'll mention a few names to join them in the launch and also the group picture. So let me start by calling on Mr. Oshay Documents again. A round of applause, please. Just in case you are wondering, this is a first glimpse of how the booklet will look like. So, I mean, a fair idea of what they can actually do for the other sporting federations going forward. So we'll take some quick thoughts from Yao on Pofankra and officially get this launched.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. MC, and the Sports Authority, and all the federations here, and also the Ghana Football Association, who will be the first beneficiaries of the beautiful match day experience. It's not just a document, it's not just a booklet, it's available digitally as well. And this is a template that I would encourage all sports federations and associations to look at adopting. Some of you have started already in your own way, we applaud that, but this would also take you to the next level. So on that note, and on behalf of the National Sports Authority, I duly launch, open, unveil the match day experience by Oracle Global.
I think we can do better. Official launch of this match day booklet starting off with Ghana's game against Mali. And we'll continue with Ghana's next game against Comoros, and also the other national teams and also the other sporting federations. So the NSA boss Yao Pofankra officially launching the booklet for the match day events.
Oh, this is very beautiful. I mean, you've got all the big men, all our godfathers are here, including former President Jay before, former President Nana Akufo-Addo, and of course, our current President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The Speaker of Parliament is here, Right Honorable Aban Babin, and of course the Prince of Monaco representing Ghana, Dr. Aka. Of course, our Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah, is there, and the GFA President, Kurt Edwin Simeon Kreku, is also there. And of course, my boss, the Minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, is also there. And yeah, somebody who bears resemblance to me is also there. So this is the match ball. Okay, so I'm supposed to pick one and sign, okay?
The place, and the windows open up so the smoke can get out. So the various sports implications can join up for an official photo session, and then we break down the most officially launching the booklet for the match day experience, starting off with the Blackstars of Ghana's game. Here.
The GFA, the Ghana Football Association, which is also one of the members of the National Sports Authority, is the first recipient of the match day brochure or match day booklet. What it means is that every single federation has that opportunity to get this special package from our logo. So a lot of you are asking if this is just about football. No, it isn't. It's about the sports ecosystem. But football obviously is the first recipient, and it doesn't mean it's isolated to football alone. So please, let's get that message out there, and let's educate our listeners and our viewers and corporate Ghana as well that it's for all sports under the National Sports Authority. Thank you very much.
You don't clap.
Thank you.